Sometimes I sit and I stare at the rain. Isn't rain filled with sorrow? Wonder if I'll see my home again. Will it be dry tomorrow? Time passes softly and I'm a day older, but still I'm living days gone by. Ashes to ashes, the rain is turning colder. Finding tomorrow, the ashes, the rain, and I.
Are you the one trying to make their way to Satan? Are you too scared to respond, Fallen? Welcome to Heresy, the Sixth Circle. My name is Dorian, and I am this circle's keeper. Might I know your name, Fallen? That is a beautiful name. Of course. What reason would I have to lie to you? I've also taken the blasphemers and the liars under my wing. Does it bother you? You have been acquainted with my friends in limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, and wrath. Of course, the deeper you go, the more horrifying it may appear to be. But it is not as bad as you may have been led to believe, truly. Everyone has treated you well so far, correct? It is. Worried about what they will do to you? Of course not. They can't do anything to you here. It's the first thing you notice. Typically. It was placed upon me by someone else. He said it's supposed to stop me from lying. In truth, it doesn't work. But I find it does make for a pretty accessory. I do not need to eat. I do not need to sleep. Not anymore, at least. My work is never finished, will never be finished. But enough of all that. Ash. For the first few minutes, the fall is not bad, but it can become worse than a raging blizzard. We should hurry back to the library. I'll return later to observe the fires. Here. The umbrella will shield you from the storm until we get you to shelter. Stay close to me. It's not going to kill you, but it'll get in your lungs and ruin your clothes. That is correct. You might call it blasphemous, and I suppose it is. In truth, I've always enjoyed Catholic aesthetics, whether it be in their art or their architecture. Though, I can't say I love what they have to say. You are funny. What would you say if I told you I was human, the same as you, in a time long past? And all these years later, he still has the beauty of one. You'll learn, oh sweet fallen. Now, shall we go in? You won't be able to go out until the storm passes. It will obscure where the elevator is. Hard to see, hard to navigate. And it could bury you. It's best to wait it out. I don't know. But you're not in a hurry, right? A few hours or even days is nothing when compared to the rest of eternity. Are you cold? I can make you tea and you can tell me your tale. Perhaps I shall give you a tour. Very well. You'd best hurry along then. You might wander off and get lost. There are countless things in my library of lies that would draw even the purest of souls in. You won't. But the halls of the library can get cold. It helps to preserve some objects. I just don't want you to freeze before you reach the 9th circle. No matter how you may preach about sin, Shiny objects tempt you, hmm? This is one of my many studies. I never get to use them, only for the sparse company. From here, distant fires and mist. Feel free to sit while I make tea. Do you have a preference on flavors? I prefer a floral blend myself, but I'll do anything for you. As long as I have it, of course. Splendid. You could move those to the side, you know. I don't mind. I hope this is to your taste. It's blueberries, hibiscus, cherries, and some other fruits. I'm sure it'll pick you up in the darkness down here, at least. Really? Is it because I'm so gloomy? I dress in black with a spinal cord as my boots heel. Is it because of the desolation? Even in the ash storm, I've made my own light. I prefer the fruitier teas to the bitter blends. So, shall we start this over? I don't know, but they don't bother me. I let them fly about. Some of them nest on the spires. Blackbirds are my favorite animal. You have recently died, and you were sent to Limbo, the first circle. Now you seek to descend through each circle until you reach Satan at the 9th. You hope to state your case and be allowed into the heavens. Now, do you know why you were brought down to hell? So you intend to entreat with the devil without knowing what you may have done wrong? Really now? We should start from the beginning then, shouldn't we? Perhaps we can discover where your purported sin lies if we talk about you. When did you die? On the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God? That's unfortunate. And how did you die? Of course. Do you regret dying, Fallen? His choice? I think this is why I like you so much. You're so innocent, so naive. You believe a benevolent God would kill you so violently and then send you down to what he considers the pits, the tombs, the depths. That he would abandon you like this. Revelations 21:4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. Conflict is what drives the human species. It's what drives innovation and love. If you had an eternity in paradise, would you want to do anything? Think of any desires you had as a mortal. All of those things you wished to do before you died. Travel, fall in love, make something worth remembering, learn something new, leave an impact. That is true. Have you ever considered that your pastor's interpretation, or maybe your own, of holy texts could be wrong? It's like an English class. There is an interpretation that your professor may project. There's an interpretation which stems from the context of the time and place in which it was written. There's an interpretation directly from the author. Then there's your interpretation, oh darling fallen. You can ask me anything. Only the truly wicked suffer. But it would take up too many resources to make an exponential amount of souls suffer for eternity. We may have eternity, but we like to make things quick. Bored? I wouldn't say so. I have lots of work to do. Bodies to burn, people to release, books to catalogue. Sometimes they allow me to gaze upon the human world and observe the living before they fall into the circles. Huh? I suppose I do get lonely. I have friends, other demons mostly, who come to visit and assist. But they leave. They have to. They have other obligations and their own concerns to consider. I just wish that... Pay me no mind. We have more pressing issues to worry about. Your locket. Let me see it. You know how people will keep the portraits and memories of their loved ones tucked in a locket close to their heart, so they do not forget what is most important to them? It's similar to that, only it's with your memories. It shall be easier to pass through if we can just... This one should work. I'm trying to find an empty page. There we are. We then close that, and now all we do is wait. It will write out your life story for me, all on one page. We need only give it a few minutes. Can I interest you in more tea? Apologies. I was making sure you wouldn't touch the book while it was processing. Not that I don't trust you. It has happened before. Most people who make it to my circle end up dying in it. Around 1 to 4% of those who try. Sometimes they end the suffering of the poor soul before they're humiliated by Satan on the bottom floor. Other times, a rogue demon or beast gets them. They might even succumb to the hellish scenery and atmosphere itself. Perhaps they really believe you. It's ready. I think so. There is something overarching, but I can pull out a specific moment. Do you remember the church you volunteered to work with to help serve food to those who were underprivileged? Then he commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke and gave the loaves to the disciples. And the disciples gave to the multitudes. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men besides women and children. Matthew 14, verses 19 through 21. Really? There are many absurdities in the texts. Silly things, annoying things, things that don't make sense. It's like how we think of Greek and Roman mythology nowadays. Less so that it really happened, and as more of a fable. I think of Ambrose Bierce in a more modern context. So you take a lot of what's in your text as lessons, rather than fact. So do I. And therein lies your sin. You don't take it literally, and that's a heresy. It's unfair, isn't it? to be curious, to question what you're reading or what you're being told, to think some things are too big, too fantastic for the mediocre world you live in, and to be punished in the end for questioning someone. Lucifer fell because he questioned God. What's to say he isn't doing the same to you right now? Someone who has been a devout, loyal follower, despite never seeing his face. But why is that a bad thing? No one should expect someone as wonderful as you to be perfect all the time, because you're perfect in your own right. Even if I've been watching you all these years, I'm now unsure what to think. I thought this could work out. Would you like to know something? The elevator has been inside my library this whole time. Because I wanted to talk to you. But I think I'm done now. Would you like to go to the next floor? I'll escort you. Don't resist, dear fallen. The next circle will not be as kind to you as I have been. The lakes of blood and the bodies within them will drown you in their anger. All I can do is wish you luck.